Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. Can you believe it? We're already at the end of the March. It's just absolutely crazy. So we're back again with another look at the shirts that I've added to the collection or obtained for our charitable sales in the month of March. Now, if you remember last month, February, we added some nice shirts to the list. We got hold of quite a few England shirts. A couple of those have gone off and are currently being printed up, and we're going to have a video looking at some of those amazing shirts. But it's been a relatively calm month, not too much spent. I think the focus has been about that sort of batch of shirts we've sent off to get printed, but there have been some nice additions to the collection, and we've got 5 shirts today that we're going to show you that have come through in March, have been picked up, I would say, for relatively low cost. And most of these are going to stay in the collection. I think there's one shirt maybe that we might be able to turn a little bit of profit on to support the dementia work. And we've got some current packages that are coming through at the moment, but we'll do those as April shirts. So let's kick off first with a really exciting one for me. Now, here we have a Liverpool home shirt. Nothing amazing special about that, given that you know I'm a Liverpool fan and I collect their shirts. This shirt is from the early noughties, 2003, 2004 home shirt in that lovely Reebok era. This shirt is in really good condition. I've tended to focus, well, up to now I focused on getting a lot of the away and the third shirts all the way back to 2000. What I'm now doing is filling a few gaps I've got in the home section, but we're nearly there. We're nearly there, and we're now starting to look at some of those classic shirts from the 90s. But this shirt, for me, I remember at the time, I was a lot younger than I am now. I probably didn't appreciate this shirt enough, because on the back here, you've actually got this really thin pinstriped patterning coming down there, which comes round and finishes off, sort of swoops in a little bit at the sides, but then you've then got that flat paneling with that really bold Carlsberg logo. The logos, as I used to remember them, quite almost 3D like. Wasn't impressed with this era in the application of the badge, but there you go. But Reebok shirts, I mean, I was a fan. Reebok, Adidas, not so much now. I think some of the Nike ones let us down a little bit. But anyway, this for me was a nice era of kits. So 2003 home added. I think I picked this up for about £15. Nothing crazy, and it's in really good condition for its age. And so I would have been happy to pay a little bit more than that. So there you go. So that's a good Liverpool shirt. Now, another Liverpool shirt that eluded me. Now, if you tuned into our recent chat with Andy's football shirts, we discussed FOMO and trying to, I guess, get shirts at their best value, but sometimes it doesn't always work out, because sometimes a shirt proves popular, it sells out really quickly, or there's a limited release. Other times, I certainly shared times where I've gone in right at the start, I've probably paid full value only to see it drop down. This was one of those shirts where during the season I really loved the shirt, and because I typically hold off till later in the season to pick up the current season shirts for a lower cost, I missed out on this one because it was a popular shirt, and by the time I got round to it, it was hard to get hold of, and people that did have it, that were selling it, knew that, and therefore it's pretty much held its RRP. This is not a Vapor Knit version, which saddens me, because for this season I had all the other Vapor Knit Liverpool shirts, so it would have been really nice to get this one in the Vapor Knit, because I think some of the detailing on it was, yeah, it just looked nice out of the 3. But of course we're talking about the 2021-2022 Liverpool away shirt, and for me, I remember when this came out and I was instantly drawn to this. Now, it didn't go up against great kits in terms of the home and the third shirt. The third shirt was that, I call it the Ronald McDonald, the McDonald shirt, the yellow one. And the home one, okay, I've not had both of those in Vapor Knit, but this one Came up as a stadium version from a seller. He was selling it. It has got a name set on it for a price that I thought was fair, actually. I think I paid £45 for this, which, given the scarcity of the shirt, it's just, I love collars. I love some of the subtle detail in there. And of course, we've got Mo Salah name set. And more importantly, we've got the LFC font, not the Premier League font, which I'm really pleased about, because the two shirts that I already have from this season are applied with the LFC font, which I really, really like. I think this is an outstanding shirt. For me, this is probably, out of the last 5 years, one of the Liverpool shirts that really stands out for me. I just love that buttoned collar. It just looks stylish. So really happy to finally add that one to the collection. Now, the next shirt is one which we will be moving on. And it is, it's the Wales 2018 shirt manufactured by Adidas in large, which would fit me. But again, I picked this one up on Vinted. I think I paid £7 or £8 for this. And I think for me, this is one of those shirts where, you know, we can move this on. We can make a few pounds for charity. It is a really nice shirt. It's, you know, it's of that style that Adidas had in 2018. We recently had a Northern Ireland shirt, which is similar. We've got another one from 2018, which is Adidas that follows this sort of template. I really like the subtlety of that collar. We've got that one button fastener there, you know, the iconic Welsh dragon on the badge there. It's nothing special, but as a shirt for £7 or £8, it's in really cracking condition, decent material. So it was silly really not to pick that up. So that will be going on sale on our social media channels over the coming weeks. Now, I mentioned a similar style one. Here we've got one for our collection, which is the Egypt 2018 shirt. And as you can see, again, it's that similar Adidas template. I guess the difference here is we've got the black trim on the collar and the cuffs, a very different looking collar here, a very simple round neck there. There's this really subtle underlined checkerboard pattern here in the red, and as you can see, you got your number there, so we all know who it is. I mean, it was a bit of a no-brainer for me because I love to collect international shirts for those players who come through the Liverpool ranks and the Liverpool team, and this is one I've been looking at for a while now. Now, I think this was a World Cup shirt, possibly. I've been looking around at possibly adding some badges on the sleeve, so whether it will be that or whether qualifying, or it may have been used in maybe in African nations. But really nice kit. Don't see it that often actually, and it does hold its value. I think I paid about £40 for that shirt, so really good. And the final one was an absolute steal. Now this came up on Vinted, and my immediate reaction was to send the message, and you spot on Vinted, sometimes you know, because when I see a shirt that looks to be incredible value, there's two things I do first and foremost. One, I see if there's an image of the label, and if there's not, I'll drop a quick message to that person and I'll say, can you send me a picture of the product code? And that will either be met with an image or it'll be met with silence, and that's usually a good indicator on whether it's a fake or not. I also then check against that seller, because often they don't have necessarily a football related username, and therefore I scroll down and see what else they're selling. And if you can see they're sort of more on the thrift second-hand clothing side, then there's a fair chance they don't always know the true value of these, and they're just trying to move these things on for a small profit. This shirt came up, I sent a note, I got the image back, and I put in a cheeky low bid. And to be fair to the seller, she came back and she said, I've had a lot of interest in this shirt. I want to hold out for the price that I'm selling it for. And the shirt is last season's PSG. I think, was this the third or the away shirt? I always remember it because it had the pink, and I love pink in a shirt. I paid, I think, £18 for this shirt, which I didn't think was bad. The label, the code, all checked out. It's in pristine condition. I would say it's close to, I mean, very good. There's a slight bobble But other than that, there really isn't a lot wrong with this at all. And there's only one thing to do when you get a shirt like this, because when you get it for such a cheap price, you think, well, I need to invest a little bit more in really finishing this shirt off. We did that. And so we've added the iconic Messi, who for me trumps Ronaldo, although there's an argument for both players. But for me, I'm on the Messi camp. And I don't have a huge amount of Messi shirts in the collection. I've got a few Barcelona shirts that I'm in the process of sourcing name sets for, because I think what we've got in this player is a true icon and a legend. And I think no collection is complete unless it has a nod to Messi. So I'm glad to have a PSG Messi shirt now. And again, I really love the name set balance there with the sponsor there, the pink coming through there. For me, I mean, that's just a bargain. I mean, you would have been paying in excess of £70 with a name set for this when it was actually released. So for, you know, a season and a half on, picking a shirt up for 17 quid, buying a name set, getting that applied, absolute steal. So there you go, guys. I think we've done pretty well in March. We got a couple of Salah, we got a Messi. We're really excited to be adding those to the collection. Let us know what you think, and if you haven't already, do please subscribe to the channel, guys. And we're going to be back very soon with a video where we're going to be unveiling some of the new name sets we've had printed on the collection. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, God bless you all. Talk to you soon.